Hola, hola, amigas. Welcome back to another episode of Modern Latina in Midlife. I'm Sonia Flores, holistic life and business coach, intuitive advisor, and your host. So, I've been experiencing something really interesting lately. So, let me take you back a little bit. I haven't been spending as much time on myself, on playfulness, on joy. I focus so much on work and get my work done. And wait until all the responsibilities are taken care of before I take the time off or before I feel like, okay, now I can take some time to read or go to the beach. I've had creative projects that I've started that I haven't paid attention to. Like I bought watercolors and a watercolor book to learn how to like watercolor just to spend time in creativeness. And I've been actually wanting to do this for a year. I also have a journal, a book journal that I started in April. It's an old book that I'm turning into a journal, and I started it at a retreat, and I brought it home and all the materials, and I just hadn't made the time to finish it. So there's a lot of creativity type of things that I like to do, reading that I like to do, resting and doing nothing, but I don't take the time to do it. And so within the last year, I have had my spirit guides and my ancestors coming to me in meditation and telling me that I need to spend more time in creativeness, in playfulness, experiencing joy, just being more joyful, doing things that just bring out the fun in me that are simply fun. And I don't do it. And so I was at an event recently, and when I walked away from that, it was all business women. It was a super chill, casual gathering on a Saturday afternoon for a couple hours. And by the time we all left, we all had made a commitment, set the intention to be more present, to do more joyful things, to be more joyful. And when I left there, I left with this commitment to, okay, I got to do this. It's the summer. It's a perfect time to just do joyful activities. There's so much to do out in the sun and the fun and the warmer weather. And I have this idea to create a summer of joy experience. Well, it was first called a challenge, but I don't really like the word challenge. So I reworded it. I renamed it to Summer of Joy Experience. And I started that on July 1st. And to honor Mm, really for myself, right? For to honor what my spirit guides and my ancestors have been telling me. Like this is the solution to the mundane, everyday stuff that you're doing. And so I created this for myself. And then I thought, well, how amazing would it be to invite people to join me on that? So I created a sign up sheet. It is completely free. If you wanted to join me to do that, you could go to bluechakrastudio.com/joy and sign up. You will get a welcome email that has an immediate downloadable guide with 101 ideas for joyful activities that you can do, ranging anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes all the way to like an all day event kind of a thing. But these are just to spark your brain and get some ideas flowing of things that you could do, right? So that's what I've been doing. And the idea to invite people was that, well, this is the process that I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting that you do something joyful for yourself daily, simply for the sake of bringing more joy into your life. It'd be amazing if you could capture a video or a picture and share it on Instagram in your stories. Use hashtag Summer of Joy and tag me at Modern Latina in Midlife. And I've been reposting the posts that people are tagging me on. I'm reposting those to like share and to really create more awareness and almost to give other women permission to like, hey, let's do something joyful for ourselves. Not just once, but what if we did this every single day? And so they say it takes what, 28 days or 66 days, or depending on who you're listening to to create a habit. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this for a month. And then I don't know why out of somewhere I heard, nope, you got to do it for 6 weeks. So I'm like, okay, let's do it for 6 weeks. So it's a 6 week experience. Started July 1st. Today, at the time of this recording, is July 14th. So this has been going on for 2 weeks. And frankly, I started my joyful activities even before July 1st. So, and then what I do is once a week, I send out an email to those who signed up as a reminder to like, hey, what are you doing for joy? Where's your joy? These are the things that I did in the last week that brought joy to me to potentially spark some ideas. And then I may list a few others of like what some of my friends are doing that they're tagging me on, just to give you all an idea of what to do, of what kind of things. It doesn't have to take all day. There's been a couple of really cool things that people are doing, and yeah, some of them take a full day, some of them take a couple of minutes. So, my hope was that we would start that other people would see it in our feeds and feel inspired to create more joyful time for themselves. And it's been really cool. It's been really cool to watch because there was a bunch of people that signed up. I have not seen any of their posts, and that's cool. If you're doing joyful things for yourself, you're not tagging me, that's totally cool. But what has happened is that people have started to notice and they're like, oh, wow, this is really cool. I'm going to do this. And so then they took the time to do something that they hadn't done in a long time. A friend picked up I don't think it was a guitar. It was like a little banjo or something. She's like, I haven't played this in years. And so she played a little song and she sang to it and she posted a video of herself and tagged me. And I thought, and her voice was amazing. And it was a beautiful song. I can't even remember what the song was, but I reposted it. And honestly, it brought tears to my eyes. It almost made me full blown cry. It was so beautiful and it touched me for several reasons. First of all, the song accom being played on a banjo. Her voice was beautiful, and it was literally like 2 or 3 minutes, and that was it. And I just thought, "Wow, wow." And she was like, "Thank you, Sonia, so much for reminding me to, like, do something fun and joyful." And I just thought that's cool. That's really amazing that it touched somebody enough to want to do that, to wanna pull out an instrument that they hadn't touched in years and just play a little song. And it brought joy to my life just to watch her do it. And also, it just really got me to thinking because she wasn't the only one. There was another gal from the very beginning when I was sharing about it, when I first started it 2 weeks ago. She's like, oh, I'm going to do this with you. And she's been consistent. She's been doing it every single day. And I've been reposting. I did miss one over the weekend, but I've been reposting her stuff every single day. And she's been doing just fun things like going out for a coffee in every city that she goes to, taking a bath, a detox bath, wearing a red lipstick, wearing a fun bandana on her head, wearing, for me, it was, I was wearing vacation earrings to work because my spirit guides told me that I need to dress like vacation Sonia every single day of the week. On vacation, I wear big raffia straw earrings or colorful earrings, and I wear colorful clothes and just things that I don't usually wear on an everyday basis. And my spirit guides told me a while back, like, you need to dress like vacation Sonia, like all the time. Like, that's fun, Sonia. I was like, most of my wardrobe is neutrals, beige, like you could see what I'm wearing right now, white, black, navy. I do love navy. And so I have been making an effort to incorporate other colors and brighter colors into my everyday wardrobe. And even wearing tops on any given day that I would otherwise save to wear on a special occasion. I bought this lovely little shirt that I was obsessed with and paid a lot of money for back in March. I think it was February or March I bought it. I was traveling and I went on a little shopping spree. This new store that I discovered, and it was so cute. It's like a knit and it's like a little Has it's not a turtleneck, but it has, like, a raised neckline and, like, a what do you call that? Like, a mock neck? I can't remember what those are called, but it's like a turtleneck, but it doesn't go all the way up, it just goes up, like, 1 inch up the neck. It's really cute, and then it's knit, and then the shoulder has little ruffle shoulders, just like a little ruffle thing sticking up, and it's like leather. The little shoulder pad things, they it's made out of leather, but it's like, it has like a laser cutout. It's so cute, and I've been, like, waiting for the perfect time to wear it. It's like, "Oh, where am I gonna wear this to? What's the perfect occasion to wear this to?" And I finally just said, "You know what? Screw it. I paid a lot of money for this shirt and it's just sitting there hanging, waiting for the perfect date. Screw it." I wore it on the random, gosh, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday of last week. Just decided to wear it because you know what? Why not? It's sitting there. I bought it. I love it. And I look at it with admiration, like, where am I going to wear this to? Done. Not waiting anymore. I wore it and it was so lovely. It was amazing. I loved it. And so that was a moment of joy that particular day. One day I went and ran an errand and I took the little convertible, took the top down. It was nice and sunny, blasted 80s music, and then Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun was playing on the radio. And I just started blasting that and just having so much fun, singing at the top of my lungs out into the wind. It was just fun. It's just fun moments. And it's just takes me out of my routine. And life is not that serious. I mean, it is. There's difficult things happening, but there are difficult things happening in our world. I'm not aware. I am. And I do what I can with the gifts that I have where I can help. But sitting here crying about all the things happening every day is also not going to do me good. And it's not going to help me to show up, to hold space for the people that need my help. So I'm not blind to what's happening, but I do believe that we all need to find time to create joy in our life on a daily basis, playfulness, moments of playfulness every day. That doesn't mean that we don't care about what's happening in the world. There's a lot of heaviness, and I'm not trying to ignore that or bypass spiritually, bypass or engage in toxic positivity. That is not at all what I'm suggesting here. We need to feel our emotions, all of the emotions. And the beauty of being able to see what is happening in the news, in our communities, or stuff that's not even being covered in the news that is happening in our communities that is painful and hurtful. And when you come across it, we need to feel the emotions of what comes up for us. Be human and feel the emotions fully. And then also take care of ourselves and do something playful and joyful and enjoy our families and enjoy our loved ones. The beauty of having those two experiences is that is a duality. You know, the beauty and the enjoyment of the playful moments, of those joyful moments, is even more grandeur because we have the duality of the suffering and the pain and the crying. So when we do participate in the playfulness and joy, deliberately creating joy in our life, it's that much more savoring. It's the duality, it's the contrast. Without the contrast, we don't have the appreciation for one or the other, one way or the other. It's all one sided and boring, quite frankly. So that is what I'm encouraging you to do is to feel the emotions of all the things that are happening in our life and yet also create joyfulness in your life. That doesn't mean that we're always happy. Those are two different things. Being happy and creating joy are two different things. We don't have to be happy all the time. It's not possible to be happy all the time, but we can create a moment of joy. We can find joy in the simple things. We can find joy. For me, I love romanticizing everything. Like, I mean, if I'm going to be living in this home and working from here and I spend most of my days indoors because I work from home, then I'm gonna make this space look and feel fabulous and cozy and smell amazing, and I want to have visual stimulation. I have a beautiful tray of crystals on my desk and a candle, and I like to have a beautiful office to work in that is beautifully organized and taken care of, and have I have a bunch of books in here, and the whole house is so pretty. I recently moved in with my boyfriend, and his daughter came over and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is cute." And "Oh my gosh, this is cute," because I brought in he already had furniture and all the basic furniture, everything was set up. I helped him quote unquote decorated. But when I moved in, I added that extra layer of accessories, right? Like the jewelry of the home, which is like the rugs, the things on the walls, the throws, the pillows, the plants, the flowers, the smells, the candles, like the diffusers, all the things. And so his daughter walked in the house. She was like, "Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Oh my gosh, this is so cute." And then my boyfriend goes, "Yeah." He's like, "Everything in this house is cute now." I'm like, "Good." I love that. I love that there is a detail in every corner, nook and cranny of this home that it feels beautiful, that it feels cozy, that it feels welcoming, that it smells good, that it looks beautiful, that it's inviting, that it's cozy, that it's welcoming. Though that's how I create joy for myself, for my everyday living. So as I'm sharing these things on social media in my stories, the little things that I do daily, purposefully, that I choose to do daily to create joy in my life, aside from like the home that's already created and done, right? I did, though, take one day aside. I took, I think, an hour to organize like all my stuff and papers and crafty things and all that in my office. I went and bought some pretty baskets and put them up on shelves and organized all my stuff in there. That to me brings me joy. I love organizing pantries and closets and drawers and my office and all of the things because it declutters and it just makes me feel joyful. I love it. So as I've been sharing these things on social media, I had somebody else reach out to me a couple of days ago and say, "Wow, thank you so much for all the things that you're sharing because because it reminds me to do something for myself." And this is a mom who has two teenage sons and much she's pretty close to my age, a little bit younger, but pretty close to my age. And that's what happens, right? We spend so much time and energy taking care of everybody else, making sure everybody else is fine. And then we neglect ourselves. We forget that we have interests too. Yes, the kids want soccer and summer camp and acting lessons and all the things. What about us? Just because we're 40, 50, 60 years old doesn't mean that we don't have interests. We have several decades ahead of us still. Let's do something for ourselves. Now, that may mean something bigger, that may be a bigger transformation, but we can start small. And that's what she said. It reminds me to do things for myself daily. Thank you so much for the reminder. And I was out on my walk when I read that, and I just thought, wow, this is creating a difference. This Summer of Joy experience is creating a difference for me, for myself, but it's also creating a difference in the people that see it, that experience me, that witness me experiencing joy. It gives them permission to do that for themselves. It gives them a moment of acceptance of, okay, you know what, this is not selfish. It gives them the reminder. Sometimes we just forget. We get so caught up on all the other things and the health diagnoses and the work and the difficult coworkers, the whatever thing broke down at home. Everything can add stress and can become anxiety inducing if we let that. But it's in those moments of joy, of being present in the things that we love that yeah, we make room for us too. And so it starts with those small habits. And I loved that I've made an impact on other women's lives already. And these are just the women who have reached out to me. I know that there are other women out there, like me. I sometimes just scroll through stuff and watch stuff, and it brings a smile to my face, but I may not say anything. I may not engage. I may not like it. I may not leave a comment. I don't have time for all that. I just don't, I just sometimes, occasionally I do, but very, very, very rarely. And so I know that there are other women that are scrolling by and watching what I'm doing, and I'm creating an impact for them. And so when these women go out and do something for themselves, they're creating an impact on their family and their friends. And uh, it's a ripple effect. So with me impacting people in this way, creating this ripple effect, then they're impacting other people. And sometimes we don't know who's watching. We don't know who's paying attention. We don't know who's scrolling by, having a down day, and then saying, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go do something for myself right now. I'm going to go buy myself flowers, whatever it may be, the things that we enjoy. I finally spend an hour finishing up my journal. It's not done, but I ran out of materials. But for an hour, I just sat there, it just felt like a kid. I just felt for that 1 hour, everything around melted away. Nothing else mattered. It was me and my creativity, cutting and gluing and pasting. In fact, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to show you my creation because it's right here. It's an old book. And I started this at a retreat. It was a workshop that somebody had created for us. And she had all of these stickers and cutouts and printouts and ribbons and elements like little seashells and glitter and all kinds of stuff. And we just started cutting away and gluing them in the book pages. She also had journal pages that were the same size as the book. And we just cut them out and glued them in the book to create a journal. And so it's halfway done. I only had enough journal pages for half of it, but it's just a fun project. And I added a ribbon to it, and it's just this is look at that. It's an old book, and it's so cute, it's so pretty, it's so fun. I put some little pockets inside with that will maybe hold a little note or something. Anyway, here's another pocket. Anyhow, it's just cute and fun, and this may not be your thing, and that's okay, but it's my thing, and oh my gosh, as I'm flipping through it, oh, that old book, that old library smell. Mm. I don't know if you can hear this over the audio, but anyways, it's so much fun. It just brought me so much joy, and it's so pretty. And now I just lay it right here on my ottoman that acts as a little coffee table, and it just looks so pretty. It's romanticizing the little things, the everyday things in our life, right? Why not? So, all of this to remind you that you are making an impact on somebody right now. Somebody's watching you. Somebody is paying attention. Somebody's watching how you care for yourself. Who are those people that are watching you? Maybe you're not on social media like I am, and I'm not on there a ton, but somebody's watching you. Who do you spend time with? Is it your coworkers? Is it your employees? Is it your kids? Your husband, your sister, your nieces? Who's watching you? Somebody's watching you, and they're watching what you're doing. They're watching how you treat yourself. They're watching if you spend time on yourself. What would you want the people that you care for the most? How would you want them to treat themselves? Would you think it's selfish if they do something that brings them joy? Most of us would say no. I've spent most of my life trying to take away as much pain and suffering and difficulty from my son's life. But I know now that there's only so much I can do. They're here living their own journey as well. And well, now that my sons no longer live with me, I have even more time, right? Even more time to focus on myself. I do wish that maybe I had uh, woken up, right? Had my spiritual awakening at a younger age where I would have been able to have a more, I feel, more impact on my sons because they were living with me and they were younger. But you know what? It is never too late. It is never too late to do anything, to change how we treat ourselves, especially. And trust, know without a shadow of a doubt that you are impacting somebody. You are creating a ripple effect. And so, what are they watching you do? Are they watching you work hard every day, put everybody else before themselves? Are they watching you neglect yourself? What are they watching you do? Are they watching you complain all the time? Are they watching you being in your victim? Are they watching you in story and assumption? Are you always living in your head and ruminating thoughts and always worrying about the future? Listen, I'm not saying that that can all be eradicated. We can definitely do things to eliminate some of that stuff or not let it consume us as much. But I can tell you that starting to add joy into our lives and enjoying ourselves more, switching the or flipping the switch, I should say, of being in victimhood and choosing to own our reality of what is a circumstance in our life and how will we then take action to do things differently and prioritize ourselves is it can be done easier than most people think. I promise you. So I just want to remind you, you're creating an impact on somebody. You are creating a ripple effect. What kind of a ripple effect are you creating? Think about that. Thank you so much for being here. Hasta la próxima. Do you ever look at your life and think, on paper, this is perfect, so why do I feel like something is missing? Or maybe this is not where I envision I would be at this stage of my life. I feel like I'm meant for something more, but I can't explain it. What am I actually here to do with my life? Does that sound familiar? What about I've lived my life the way I was expected to, and it doesn't fulfill me? I believe I am meant to serve and create impact, but I'm not sure how. I want to live a life that actually means something. When you have spent years giving your energy away to everyone else, taking care of everyone except yourself, it's incredibly easy to reach a point where you feel stuck, heaviness, and completely disconnected from who you actually are. That's exactly why I'm inviting you to book a complimentary soul activation consultation. This is a zero pressure, entirely free, one-on-one session with me. Together, we will pinpoint the exact energetic blocks keeping you stuck, uncover the hidden beliefs holding you back, and map out a highly practical, actionable path forward. You will leave this call feeling lighter, deeply reconnected to your true authenticity, and empowered to take action on your next chapter. Stop living your life by default and start creating a life with intention. Go to sonia-flores.com to book your free consultation today. That's sonia-flores.com.